In the previous episode, I shared our 64-night adventure plan, and I battled my anxiety to leave the comfort zone of home. We made our way to our first campsite in the Yorkshire Dales, where Winston and I went on our first hike to see Janet's Foss waterfall and Goredale Scar ravine, and I got a new mini air fryer for my GoPod micro caravan. So it's another day and we're off on another walk. Now here's the first stile that we got to that I need to get Winston over. So pop the camera down so I can show you guys. He is a bit of a pro at this, so he gets a little bit overexcited because he knows what to do, but he has to wait for me because we have to do it together. I basically count to 3, he runs up it, and I kind of throw him up it, or lift him as best as possible. Now because I'm trying to record this, I have to ask him to wait at the top so I can pick the camera up, pop the camera back down the other side, give him some treats for not supermanning off the top, and then help him down, and then he usually runs off without saying thank you. I then pick the camera back up, put it down somewhere else, try to get into view and make it look like I don't know I'm being filmed, give the star of the show some water so he's nice and hydrated for his first photo shoot of the day. Then pick up the camera and continue on. Right, so we've got another big stile to get over. You up for it, Winst? Now, to try and give you guys a different perspective of this time I take him up the stile, but I go over with him. Now this looks great on film, I suppose, because you wouldn't even think there was a camera there. I help him down the other side, but then I've got to come all the way back over the stile, back down the other side to pick the camera up, and then I've got to go all the way back over again. Which is why I don't do a lot of these shots. But it does give an interesting view from the top. So we are late out this morning. Apologies if I'm sweating, but it's a hot day and I've been walking uphill most of the way, and I've also had to throw Winston over a few stiles, 5-bar gates, etc. So yeah, quite warm. But yeah, we were late out this morning because I had some emails come through. Well, they never came through this morning, they actually came through last night. I saw them at about 10:30. But I wasn't going to respond to them at 10:30, so this morning got up, had breakfast, done my emails, and then we got ready and left. I think we left at about 9:30ish, give or take a bit. So it's about 11:15 now, and we're doing this lovely walk, nice and quiet. Nobody else is here. We've got fantastic views. I don't know if you can see much on the camera. But this is beautiful. We're in the Yorkshire Dales, and I've never rated the Yorkshire Dales that much, and I've never got that excited about going to the Yorkshire Dales. But I have to say, I've only been here, this is my second full day, so I've spent 2 nights. Second full day, but third day, kind of. And it's absolutely just stunning, beautiful. I love all these dry stone walls everywhere. Everything is completely broken up. And I love all the little cottages, the little stone cottages. yeah, it's fantastic. So my opinion of the Yorkshire Dales is quickly changing. And I've got to that point where I'm like, oh, I should buy a house here, which I see everywhere I go. Everywhere I go, that's lovely. I'm like, oh, I should buy a house here. I should buy a house here. If I had all the money in the world, I would have a house in almost every national park in the UK. But anyway, let's crack on with the walk and I'll show you where we're going.
This is as good a day as any to start the rebuilding of life. The roads that lay open are many when the old one's gone under the knife. And I can feel the sun on my skin. Beginning to fall from within. Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today is a good day to live.
Oh, it's cold.
This morning has a clear light as any to see the horizon in the fall. Excuses were 2 for a penny, but they've all gone out the window of this car. And when I feel the wind on my face, all that ever was is a rest. Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today, well, something's gotta give. Today is a good day. Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today, well, something's gotta give. Today is a good day to live.
This waterfall is called Captrig Force, and unless you were looking for it, like we were, you wouldn't know it's here because it is hidden from view by a small group of trees. Now, the main waterfall has a drop of about 6 meters into the pool, which is where we were playing.
Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today, well, something's gotta give. Today is a good day. Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today, well, something's gotta give. Today is a good day. Today is a good day. Today is a good day to live.
I love dry stone walling. I think it's fantastic. I think it's effective, I think it's practical, and it's artistic. the way all these little rocks fit together. And they usually put like all the top ones on at a slant. And I bet whoever built these walls is really good at the game Tetris. You know, where you got to fit all the shapes together. And I also bet they're really good at the game Jenga. The one where you got to pull bits out without everything falling over. So yeah, but no, love dry stone wall, and I think it's fantastic. Doesn't that just look the epitome of English countryside? And they also build in handy things such as these two rocks here. So you can stand on that one, and climb over the wall should you need to access the field. I just think it's really clever, really practical, and really pretty. After admiring the stonework, it was then time to head back to the pod. So that long thing is a pig's tail, and that there, what he's eating now, is a chicken foot. So day 2 with the air fryer, I'm going to try a pork steak with some chopped up new potatoes, the ones that you get in a tin. I've just sprayed them with a little oil, and I don't know, I'm hoping that they turn into like little roast potatoes, but I don't know, and I don't know what the cooking time is for both of these, so we're just going to wing it. I'm going to stick it on for 20 minutes and then just check it in, well, check it every 5 minutes, possibly give it a little stir, and we'll see what happens. So this first check isn't too bad. I think we might be onto something. Flip that over. And there. So the kitchen is all nice and clean. I'm now going to make myself a cup of tea, and then I'm going to sit down there and stare at that screen for the rest of the day. So it's about 1 o'clock. I'll probably work till about 8, 9 o'clock. Obviously I'll stop for some tea, but this is us now pretty much for the rest of the day. So I seem to be surrounded by dogs that bark. There's a caravan over there where the dogs bark. There's 2 out there where the dogs bark. And there's a van down there that's got 4 little dogs in that really bark. And if anything happens outside any of those caravans, if anybody walks past or a car goes past, or I don't know, the wind changes direction, then the dogs bark and it sets off a Mexican wave throughout all the other dog barks. So, yeah. I mean, I love dogs, but I can't be dealing with this barking all the time, so I'm going to stick my headphones in and try and listen to some music or something to block them out, because it's getting... I've had 2 nights here now. It's getting really frustrating that at this time it's just constant dog barks. Okay, so this is just me sorting the pod out, so let's just speed right through this. Now, almost every day I need to change the pod from being a sleeping area to being a working area, and I use this opportunity to give it a quick clean, because it can be difficult to live in a small space with a dog and not have things get filthy. Hence why everything is covered in blankets, because I can easily take the blankets and shake them off outside to get rid of any grit and sand, and then I can wash them as and when I need to. So it's a Saturday and we are having a pod day for a couple of reasons. Firstly, it's our last full day on this campsite, so I need to get some work done, and I also need to get the pod ready for travelling tomorrow, because tomorrow is the longest driving stint of this adventure. So I want to make sure I'm fully prepared for that and get a good night's sleep, and I'm not too tired from today in order to be able to do the driving tomorrow. Also, it's a Saturday. I don't like going out on a Saturday because everybody else is out, and with it being a beautiful sunny day, the Yorkshire Dales are going to be packed with walkers, so I would much prefer to avoid that and stay on the campsite. The good thing about this campsite is that it does have an off-lead dog area and also a nice walk down the river, so Winston can still go, play in the water, have a little run around in between my working in the pod. So it just helps to break the day up nicely. So let me show you around Orcaber Camping and Caravan Park in the Yorkshire Dales. Now this is a busy campsite, so I got up very early to film. Now I stayed here in May 2024. I had a hard standing fully serviced pitch. I stayed for 4 nights and paid £124. So that averaged £31 per night. Now on top of that, I did have to pay extra for the showers, but there's more on that in a minute. Now on this adventure I stayed at 16 campsites, and Orcaber was the 5th most expensive, not including the extra cost of the showers. So to my right you just saw the sinks, and then here is the dog wash. Now this is quite a commercialised site, so they do offer a lot of food options. So here you can see bacon sandwiches on Sunday morning. They also have a fully stocked shop, which is currently closed at the time of filming because it is still quite early. And then round the back you have the camping field. So this is where all the tents are, and I think this is a fantastic field. It seems to have some of the best views on the site. You'll see again more signs for food. So here are the options for Saturday night. And then I'll just take you into the ladies' toilets and showers. Now the facilities are top notch. They are very clean and very modern. But let's take a look at the showers. So you'll see there a little pay box. The cost is 50p for 10 minutes, and you have the choice of this little handheld shower head or one of the waterfall shower heads at the top, which personally I'm not really a fan of, but that's just a personal preference. But what do you think? Do you think at £31 per night you should be paying extra for a shower? I mean, they are lovely showers and facilities, so let me know what you think in the comments below. You do get access to free hair drying though. But now let's take another little wander outside at what else this campsite has to offer. So down here you'll see more outdoor sinks. These are kind of dotted outside of block 1 and block 2. And then around the back you will find the bins, the motorhome service point, and also chemical waste disposal. Now this bottom half of the campsite here, I think this was mainly for the seasonal pitchers because they seem to be set up to be staying for quite a long time. And then we were pitched round here in the front section, which seemed to have more people coming and going. And lastly, the campsite offers 2 choice of dog walks. So you have the dog walk down by the river, but please note that you will probably encounter horses and other types of livestock. And then they have this field here, which is enclosed and is their designated off-lead dog area.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my own doubts.
So my door has fallen off. To be honest, that could have been a lot worse because all the pots and pans and stuff are in there. So that must have just happened on the last bit of road, which I'll be honest was quite bouncy. And the screws here, I remember thinking to myself that these were starting to get a little loose and I needed to tighten them up. And then, what do you know, it's on the floor. But I should just be able to screw it back on. Nothing seems to be broken, just that the screws have came out, but screws don't seem to be very big. So anyway, I can put them back in. Oh, that's one of Winston's treats. So we're in this little pitch here. The road is just there, but it's very quiet. Lovely little pitch though. I like it.
Not looking back, eyes on the freeway, Bonnie and Clyde, a classic cliche. We're on the run, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my own doubts.
So I've just cracked out the laptop to see where we are and what there is about, what lakes, what hills, what walks, etc. I found some really good cycle trails, there's some really good hill walks, there's a lake, lots to do. I really wish that we were staying at this campsite for longer. Firstly, I love the pitch. Although everybody is next to each other, the pitch is very wide, and because you are surrounded by trees and hedges, you feel very private, which I just love. Secondly, because there is just so much to do. Now, we've got 4 nights here, which means that we've got 3 full days, but on one of those days we are going to see a friend for tea, so we're not going to be able to do everything that there is to do in this area, but we're going to have to pick and choose and maybe do 1, 2, possibly 3 things. But loving this campsite so far. So now we're in summer. I left the portable heater at home and brought a portable fan instead. I know I think it's a bit drafty sat underneath it, but Winston seems to like it. So I've just put the pork with some little new potatoes into the air fryer. I apologise if I'm a bit filthy. I've been outside, and because it's so hot, I've been sweating, and then you know when all the dust and grit from the air kind of sticks to you? That's kind of what I'm like at the moment. But I'm going to have my food, and then I'm going to go and have a shower. I'm going to wash my hair, and I'm going to enjoy being able to have a shower without a timer on it, because the last campsite the showers were timed. So for tomorrow we decided that we're going to go on a bike ride. So I got the bike off the roof, I got Winston's trailer out the back of the van, connected it all up, just made sure I got everything, and then I've secured it to the hitch of the caravan and put a cover over it, so it's all ready to go tomorrow. Now, first impressions of this campsite, I absolutely love it. I like the vibe of it. I just feel happy being here. I've even been talking to people. I know, little miss, I like my own space, I like my own solitude. I've been out chatting to other people, and it's just, I don't know, I just feel happy being at this campsite. So hopefully we're going to have a really good 4 days.